Thank you for joining us this afternoon for an introduction of Senate Bill 263 and House Bill 402. You know, I was shocked, as I think all Ohioans were in December, when we found out that the policy for the state of Ohio over many years, many administrations, was that, you know, if you were a business and you took and you overpaid your taxes for whatever reason, that we held your money as a state of Ohio. That we viewed really, after 3 or 4 years, it became the state's money, not people's money. And certainly that's not a public policy that we're working on in this administration. And we as a legislature, we truly believe trying to create a business climate in the state of Ohio that allows jobs to grow, people to succeed, businesses to prosper, and this is counter to that. So we are collectively very excited about introducing these bills that puts in place that for all time that the taxpayers' dollars are their dollars, and we return those immediately to the businesses that these will affect. It's my great pleasure to introduce Commissioner Joe Testa, who was probably the most shocked of any Ohioan to find out that was the procedure of the department. I also want to credit him and Governor John Casey for a very quick turnaround to resolve the problem. They were immediately committed to making sure that this procedure would not continue, that there would be a change in policy in the Department of Taxation. So with that, Commissioner Joe Testa.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator. Very grateful to the sponsors here today for advancing this goal of the Governor Kasich's wholehearted support, and one that probably has as high a priority as any that I have had as tax commissioner. The goal is pretty obvious and pretty simple. To treat business taxpayers in Ohio in a way that any of us would be expected to be treated. If any of us have overpaid a bill, you would expect to be able to get that money back or have it perhaps credited to the next bill. It's just simple and it's very fair. For way too long, for decades, the Department of Taxation just kept silent, and the overpayments that were made by business taxpayers were retained, as the Senator just mentioned. When we found this out, I was in fact shocked, very angry. This was an outrageous practice that had been going on in the tax department for a long period of time. The law currently does not require the tax department to notify a business taxpayer when they have overpaid their taxes, nor how much there's overpaid, or to notify them at all. The burden then rests on the business to figure it out for themselves and to find the right form and get it filled out in the right time period, or else, again, 4-year statute of limitation on most taxes, they're just out of luck. So the law doesn't require it currently, but that's no excuse. It's simply a matter of right and wrong. It's the right thing to do to get their money back in their hands as quickly as possible. It's the taxpayers' money. It is not government's money. We have already changed the policies and procedures in the tax department that are in favor of the taxpayer. But these bills we're here to talk about here today, when they become law, will make sure that the Department of Taxation's policies that have been put in place by this administration must continue in the future. As some of you will remember, in late 2012, we started returning overpayments that were made in the commercial activity tax system. And so far, we've returned about $11 million of those dollars, $11 million of those dollars back to the rightful owners. More recently, now identified about another $35 million or so in these other tax types, and are moving forward with that, again, under new policies and procedures and so on. But an important thing to remember about these bills, hopefully that will become law, is that it will give the tax department additional tools to enable us to complete these processes, credit the rest of the accounts, and put them back in its proper place. Additionally, it'll enable us to be able to set procedures in place that we'll be able to prevent these balances from occurring in the future. So it's a much more comprehensive approach to not just notify the taxpayer, but to reconcile the accounts, to return the monies to them, and to set procedures in place so that in the future, these won't build back up again. But also to codify the processes that we have put in place so that if a future administration, a future tax commissioner can't reverse them.